Hi everybody, Army P here for eXplorminate.net, and welcome back to our continuation where we are defenders of the galaxy trying to stop the Unbidden from consuming all in its path. Now, if you remember from our last episode, we had to declare war against the Order of Jurek Thon. We've pretty face-melted his entire fleet, and I'm hoping that, as it stands right now, my ally will end up just, getting enough war score that we can declare a white peace, because I don't think at this point he would even take that. Acceptance 1,000, even offer a white peace is nothing. And what I've decided to do is the Unbidden have built more anchors. You can tell by their borders have expanded, and I'm going to find out where those anchors are and destroy them, effectively reducing the amount of fleets that they're going to be able to produce, like the at least the frequency. In the meantime, I'm doing my best to reduce or replenish my losses.
Situation log updated. Construction complete.
It's not.
Construction complete.
We've got to find it. How about here? Well. I have to give it to the Zeltec Compact, because they are colonizing while... What do we got here? It does look like we've got an anchor, so we're going to try to take out that anchor as quickly as we can. You can see he's got 29,000 power, and this mysterious looking infrastructure is actually what's providing them with the ability to expand their borders, as well as produce faster fleets coming out of the portal. So as soon as our warp cools down, continue on. Let's see how we can do by melting these guys' faces. We've taken significant losses against our corvettes, but the hope is that we should be able to at least melt these down as quickly as we possibly can. You can see how quickly they go down. That's not the issue, it's when the second fleet shows up. Oh, and there they are, 78,000. But we're going to go right after the anchor as quickly as we can and try to melt that down. And then we're going to take on this fleet. Hopefully we can... Come on, let's go.
Situation log updated.
Okay, perfect.
Complete. Situation log updated.
Yeah, it's a deal. Got here. Yeah, okay, so we've destroyed everything. We did minimal losses in that. Let's see what our situation log has to say. We lost 3 cruisers, and we lost 6 corvettes. Completely good losses. Now you can see here, wow, look at what we just did there. We've reduced their spaces significantly back towards the portal location, and now we're going to melt one of their fleets. I don't think we're going to take too much damage here. Okay, so it looks like the Order of Jurek Thon decided to accept the humiliation, which is perfect. This is actually going to give us a whole bunch of influence, and it'll reduce their, they're going to take a 33% chance or hit on their happiness. Like, they'll be unhappy for quite some number of time, at 10 years. Now, it also gives us access to their borders for the next 10 years. So that worked out well. My first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on Take Point, because I'm going to want those allies going. And we've got particle lances, which is awesome. There's no reason why we shouldn't be doing jump drive right now, because getting to the location faster is paramount. So with the Unbidden here, we don't have to worry about them showing up even more. So we're going to have an incredible jump drive technology in 5 months, which is perfect. Ministry of Benevolence, don't really care. Doesn't matter what we do here. Okay, so we're in good shape. Let's see what we can do against this. Oh, interesting. I have not seen the Unbidden actually try to warp away. I really want to catch up with him. Goal for Bush is to invite the sacred ventriloquist into the Empire. Wow. Sure. We didn't get along with him. And he accepted. Okay, so we've got a brand new federation. So our federation now spans more than 50% of the galaxy. I mean, it's only gone up a couple percentage points, but that being said, it's a good ally because he probably has everything that we need. Come on, engage, 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 engage. Oh, we got him. Perfect. Okay, so just for giggles. Oh, look at this. I didn't even notice that. Turns out that I can actually contact and then speak to the Unbidden. It has been touched by the Shroud. Are you from the Shroud? The Shroud, we know of it. It is close to where we come from. Very close. Wow, that's more dialogue than I've ever had with the Unbidden and previously. That's actually really quite interesting. Okay, we're gonna, again, think with our production targets. 68, that looks good. We're gonna do another edict to our production because we're only producing 202, which is actually not that much, or 220. Probably because we are over our cap, but we're probably gonna take some losses here, so why not top her up? Okay, I want my cruisers because that's one thing I've been neglecting. Okay, let's melt some faces, gentlemen. And then I'm going to see if once we get the jump drives, what we're going to do. Oh, look at that. Just go down like crazy. I love beating these guys up real bad. Okay, where's my science ship? Good. And what is the Unbidden doing? Oh, I have a science ship here. So it looks like they have one fleet. And I can't tell which dam. It looks like their vessels are damaged, but not much else. Is it possible that we ended up destroying most of their fleets? Quite curious. Quite curious indeed. It's not going off anything. Should we do a direct assault right against them? At 68,000, I think that we have quite a bit. Yeah, we're going for a direct assault against the Unbidden. Tell you, this is the easiest I've had it against them because with them spawning so far in the galaxy. I mean, what have we taken? Probably losses of 50,000 and we've wiped out 6 fleets. So hopefully we can get this done. We got jump drive. Okay, so this is really important because all of our ships are going to be able to get to anywhere we want incredibly fast. And if I remember correctly, it uses the exact same of power requirements, and it totally does. So we don't even have to worry about upgrading our power requirements. Just give me that. Yes, I want to overwrite that design. Did I get it trigger happy there? Okay, good. If we can beat this fleet, we can actually probably take out the Unbidden completely and end up having their phase disintegrator technology, which would be huge. So what are you going to do? Oh, just melty melts. Look at this. Burn, baby, burn. What do we lose there? Almost nothing. Have a nice day. We're going right after this anchor. meanwhile, the Zeltec Compact are, look at them, just hanging out, doing his thing. You know, he's got a science ship, completely unaffected. It's like, you know, the Borg. You know how a single ship could hang out around the Borg and it wouldn't matter because you know, the Borg were only interested in large groups of people, not necessarily a single person. Meanwhile, I mean, I'm taking out this huge fleet. We got the portal right here, right next to where they're coming from, and he's just hanging out. Oh yeah, now he's gone. Alright, well, I guess a little bit of flying artillery would harm anybody. Okay, so the last anchor's down, and now all that's left is the portal. And this is it. We have beaten the Unbidden. We have beaten Unbidden. Say that 3 times fast. And the dimensional portal has been destroyed. Now, if you're watching this going, holy cow, he did this so awesome, you know, the Unbidden is so easy, I had so much problems with them previously. Don't get too too amped up when you fight them. There's two things that I did that were very paramount throughout the entire game. I've played this game enough to know I was starting to prepare for the year 2400. Really, sometimes I try to prepare for the year 2350 by making sure that I did two things. One of them was build my fleet, and another was trying not to get into a war unless it was thrust upon us. That way, my economy was going to be ready for them, and my fleet was going to be ready for them. Because when you play this game enough, you just learn when they tend to pop. Second of all, I took the Defenders of the Galaxy perk trait, which gave me huge amounts of damage, and I also had the technology available to burn down their shields, so I knew the tactics that they were going to use and how to beat them. The last one that I ended up being very lucky on, and probably the most important point, was that if these guys were to have popped right next to my home planet, it would have been a much different battle. Having them spread themselves a little thinner where I can take out individual fleets and not be damaged accordingly really did help out the entire process, right? I was able to, have my economy keep going, no real issues in terms of, taking anybody down or having to rebuild, spaceports or replenish lost planets. I mean, that helped considerably. I mean, the biggest issue we have right now is the fact that I'm over my fleet cap and I'm building at an alarming rate. Okay, so the dimensional portal in the full Unbidden system has been destroyed. This means that the extra-dimensional invaders can no longer receive reinforcements for their twisted realm. With the destruction of the portal, the end of the invasions is finally in sight. A profound sense of elation has settled over most of the galaxy. The Army P Republic has won much admiration, since it was their ships that struck the final blow against the portal. The crews of those vessels will be celebrated as heroes for generations to come. Now, I do believe what happens now is if I go to my modifier, we'll just pick any race. You can see here, destroyed extra-dimensional portals gives me a plus 40% opinion of, or plus 40 opinion of us. That goes down over the course of the years. So in all, I lost, maybe 50 or 50,000 military power, quite a few corvettes, but not much else. I lost one planet, which was part of a sector, not the end of the world. And in the meantime, the biggest threat of the galaxy, the Order of Jacques-Thon, is absolutely crushed. Destroyed, really. Eradicated. And we made it an additional ally. So all in all, considering how that entire invasion went down, not too shabby indeed. So it kind of takes us at this point to what's next for the Army P Republic. Well, we probably could access the Shroud again and see if we're ever going to get that poor captain back. Why not? Okay, so 1200 energy, we've got that in spades, so we're not too worried about that. But remember, last time we did this, we ended up having a bit of an issue because it took one of our captains, or one of our leaders. Ooh. The corpse of a dead Juscan Claris tumbles through the void ahead. The putrid carcass emits a shrill shriek before vanishing out of sight. Ooh. Okay, we've got three different options here. We can have a ethnic attractiveness to our base governing ethics. Don't know what the actual percentage is. It says that a high probability of success. Increased army morale. Well, I don't think we're going to be going to war. Or summoning a psionic avatar. I want to summon a psionic avatar. Is that like a leader? Let's see what it could possibly be. It's got a low probability of success, and I don't save scum, so let's see. A powerful energies of the Shroud has successfully channeled into a psionic avatar under our control. After translating into our universe, the newborn avatar has coincided into spacefaring entity in orbit around Alberta Prime. Wow, what do we got here? What is this? Oh my gosh, look at that. What is that? Shrouded Avatar. A Shroud Avatar class. Oh wow, that's a brand new ship type. It's actually got jump drives. It does look like it's got weapon... I don't know what its weapon damage would be. Obviously it got all of the bonuses that we have. Kinetic weapon damage, repair ship speed. I have no idea. Let's take a look at this. Oh, okay, so we can actually look at it. Don't know if we're actually going to be able to build any of these. I wonder, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? No, it looks like it's a one-off. I guess that would be pretty OP. One of them is 15,000 military power. That's massive. Hull points are 5,000 and shields are at 20. Now let's put this in perspective just in case you guys are curious. So it's got double the hit points of my absolute best battleship, and it's got 20 times the actual shields, give or take. So this thing is an absolute tank. Wow. Wow. The Shroud. I can see why that was high risk, and it was worth it. That is so cool. I want to go back and see that. Was it the Psionic Avatar? I never would have thought that. I actually thought it was a leader, but that is really, really cool. I'm digging that. Okay, so we've kind of concluded where we were going to go for the Army P Republic. I know that before we started this Let's Play, we were going to talk about fulfilling certain things. One of them was to be creating an empire that was, you know, Xeno-loving, that it was, oh, matter disintegrator. That's so tasty. Wow, we are in great shape. So anyway, sorry, I digress. The Army P Republic, we decided that we wanted to make a peace-loving, which we decided with a Xenophile, spiritualistic, because we wanted to access the Shroud, and egalitarian, because we wanted to be generally good to the pops that are under our nature. And I think that we succeeded that, even though we've been in a couple conflicts in our time, and we stand as the most powerful, we have the most powerful fleet in the entire galaxy without a shadow of a doubt. I think we successfully have completed that, especially with the defeat of the Unbidden. The second one that we wanted to do, of course, was the access to the Shroud, which we've done several times to varying degrees of success. And the very last one was to build a Dyson sphere. That's one thing we have not done. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play off camera for the time being, and I will do my best to try to expedite that process to build a Dyson sphere, at the very least to show it in the state. Now if there's anything that occurs outside of that that's kind of interesting during the gameplay, I will of course record it, but I think that what we're going to do is the next episode may be the last one, and it'll just be either showing the construction of the Dyson sphere or its completion, depending on how long it takes. Because as it stands right now, I honestly don't think the Order of Jok'Than is anywhere close to being able to basically do anything against us. In the process of taking out the Unbidden, we crippled their fleet, and their economy's in shambles, probably because we've taken out several of their... I think they lost several planets, telling you the truth, in the Unbidden attack. So I don't think that there's just much at all that they're going to be able to do. Quantum destabilizer research focus. I think we've even gotten everything that we could possibly get from the Unbidden themselves. The only thing I have left to do really is to balance my naval capacity by building a couple more shipyards, so I'm not eating away at my potential economy. I guess we do have one fallen empire here, but he really doesn't seem to be... I mean, his entire fleet's inferior to us. I don't think that he's ever going to awaken. And if he does, we'll record that. But for the most part now, it's about... it might actually be the time to probably backfill some of these planets up a little bit. Maybe. Top up our sectors. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, a little bit of a shorter episode, everybody. This because I didn't expect that for us to do so well against the Unbidden, telling you the truth. So... that's always on the plus and plus. The Order of Jactan was our main adversary through most of our game, although we were lucky we had a small federation of peace-loving pacifists over here that took the brunt of our damage. And the Army of the Republic stands true and strong. And was such a good, the Gruul-fipped Interstellar Empire has always been our friend through the entire process. It's been tough to say. This has been a very, very successful game. But again, I digress. This has been Army P for eXplorminate.net, so the next episode you see will most likely be the last one, and I want to thank you very much for watching. See you next time.